Okay, on to day 3, talking about content process. And I want to talk today about how an effective content process is your key to creating great quality. So I'm going to use an email campaign as an example. And this is just kind of like our quality check process. And the concept is simple. This is like nothing special, but the discipline and sticking with this is where, the magic is. So I have a list of stuff. I pull it up every time. I don't have it memorized. That's kind of I am a horrible memorizer, so that's just naturally me. But it also intentionally I don't do it just because it helps me not skip a step. So when I am going through this, I actually rewrote, I have the list pulled up here. I don't have it memorized. Okay, so I'm going very specific for this is just an example, but the purpose is I create an email, it's ready to go. In order to ensure quality, I have an objective list that I just have to pound through. And I think this could be applied to many things beyond email. Okay, so for example, I'm ready to go. I go check, do the images load quickly? So it's mostly a function of just making sure that the image size is small. I go and make sure that we have the correct subscription filters, meaning like people can subscribe to different types of communications from us. And when I create new content, I got to make sure that we don't send it to people who opted out. I click on all the links and all the images and make sure that they go to the right place with the correct UTMs. I read through the written copy several times, and then I also paste it into Grammarly as a spot check to make sure I don't miss simple things. I check my subject lines because invariably there are multiple we're testing. I check my preheader texts, same thing. I make sure all my images have alt text. I make sure that the email looks good on both desktop and mobile, and I actually send tests to myself to look on desktop and mobile. So, email tools usually have previews that you can look to see what it'd be like. I do look at those, but then I also I actually send it to a device. I check the from and reply to addresses. And then for big segments, I make sure that our campaign throttles ascends over a period of time, so it's just not all blasting at once. And then if our email has dynamic content based on personalization that we want, like on role, I send test versions of that to myself for each role to make sure it comes out the way I want it to. And then as like a final QA check, I send tests to at least 2 other people within the company for them to kind of eyeball, click around, make sure I didn't miss anything. I don't even have to think about this anymore. I just pull up the list and I do it. And it saves me so much headache because I have, admittedly, in the past, skipped steps, tried to memorize it, just going through, trying to move fast. And then I hit send, and then I remember I didn't check something, and when I go and check it, while it's sending out, by the way, sure enough, kind of a big mistake. So, and when you've got here's the real reason this is important, is that when you've got the quality down, when you've got a process that really ensures quality, what you're really doing is making sure that your audience isn't distracted from the value you're trying to give them. So that's the point. I use my email process as an example. I think hopefully it can be applied to other things. Let me know what you think.